Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Battle of America Season 2. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Rupture for Game 2 of Team ehug up against Menopauses. Sorry about that, I was just realizing I forgot to upload our most recent VOD in the break, and then realized that it also showed this one for some reason as being recorded, and I was like, wait, why did I record a 0-second VOD?
Good.
Yeah, I felt really stupid.
Good. For reasons unknown. That's the reason why we're covering this. For reasons unknown, people. So,
yeah.
How you all nice folks doing in your houses? All, how many are you?
300, 200, 300-ish, something like that.
Yeah, 227. 2,700. I mean, oh my god, 2,700. That would have been amazing.
I would be very excited, yeah.
How are you all doing? I hope you're having a nice, cozy night, Saturday night. Maybe watching some Dota before actually going out, which tends to happen here a lot on the south, well, on the central and south sides of the Americas. I won because, well, I'm kind of sick, to be honest. So, anyway, going back a little bit outside of that segue, let's go into the match that brought us here. Team ehug versus Menopauses, Game 2. Team ehug just honestly outmaneuvering the enemy team, even though they did had a really good couple of engagements on the later parts of the game, but it just, I mean, they hesitated a little bit too much, and I feel like it really bit them in the ass.
Yeah, there were some little tiny late game decisions, but it was a really close game between the two teams, and I really feel like it was well played by Menopauses in the end. There were some questionable decisions, sure, but in the end, I mean, they played well.
No, the execution was there. The roles were there. They didn't really lose any lanes particularly bad.
I mean, if anybody didn't have the roles, it was ehug, making some very questionable decisions. And actually, they're going to be picking up Batrider and Vengeful Spirit right now. Menopause is trying something different with Skywrath and Legion Commander. Either of these combos stick out to you, Rupture?
Well, of course, the Legion Commander one. Duel into Mystic Flare, easy duel, easy life. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I feel like Batrider is a good pick, considering that you want Vengeful Spirit first, just to avoid the counter. And I mean, a swap into a lasso could be like a really good, like, you know, baseball kind of style of a play. You know what I'm saying? Like, just gonna pass it on, pass the target into pretty much the enemy lineup. Like, for example, hypothetically speaking, a Vengeful with a Blink Dagger and maybe a level 16 swap, and it's like she's gonna dive way in there, swap out the enemy carry, just to be in front, swap it out into the Batrider, so then he can lasso it up and then just bring it to the other side. It would be amazing move, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's still a pretty. I mean, it's a really. On standard plays, I would say it's a really good combination. Just, you know, setting up a stun for maybe a sticky napalm, pretty much beat down with the Firefly and Flame Breaks, as well as, you know, stun into lasso. Could be into lasso. I'm sorry for all the Texas guys that now are crying in their pillows because I said lasso. And I mean, it's just a good all-around hero to, you know, support ganking in general. So, I mean, Batrider and Slurk just fit right in. However, the counter and the Ancient Apparition might cramp a little bit Slurk's style, but it will require a little bit more than that.
Yeah. And Ancient Apparition is very good against Slark, but Slark is still a hero who is going to do very well in most circumstances. Bloodseeker being the only real counter now, since Faceless Void is, I mean, gone for sure. And Bloodseeker's not even in Captain's mode, so
that's a sad day, but at the same time, I mean, with the remake of the Bloodseeker, it's kind of hard to, you know, make the argument that he's Captain's mode worthy.
Yeah, I think he's a little too overpowered, honestly. But I still feel that we see a lot of we're not seeing as much Bloodseeker anyway in pubs as we were a month ago, say. It's falling off very quickly in the pub games.
Well,
but
I mean, the thing is, like, the OP factor of the Bloodseeker is not the Bloodseeker itself, it's when you pair them with someone else. Like, you know, get a Blood Rage on a Zeus, double ulti, everyone dies. And I mean everyone. You know?
Yeah.
Something like that.
And Shadow Demon actually picked up by ehug. A little bit interesting, but definitely something that can help Legion at least not win her duels. She won't necessarily lose them because of it, but it can get you out of it, you know?
Pretty much, yeah, because now that I think about it, the duel works pretty much like a lasso. So, I mean, disruption or swap could really screw up a duel, especially with the combo that Menopauses are trying to pull off.
Mm-hmm.
A Mystic Flare is just going to totally offset everything. And of course, Magic Missile might actually even turn that duel around. So, also worth noting, you know, Soul Catcher into Magic Missile towards the Legion Commander, she might actually be getting killed and giving the damage to the target. I mean, it's actually a pretty good. How can I say this is like what you want to draft against a bad rider, but having a bad rider in your lineup, you know. So it's kind of like a counter train of thought, so to speak. But I feel like it's really smart in the end of the day. Morphling actually coming from Menopauses.
And I actually like this, but don't like it at the same time. Slark is going to take your stats, and Morphling is definitely one of the more stats-based carries. Which means each hit he trades with Slark is going to mean he's losing out a little bit more.
Yeah. But at the same time, Ice Blast into a shotgun is quite brutal.
If you can land it, yes, but the shotgun isn't going to synergize well with Legion, in my opinion. Because if you duel...
No, I was saying Ice Blast. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not going to synergize overall, I mean. Anyways, Necrolite getting the ban out, even with the Ancient Apparition on Menopauses, so... They don't want to be deleted from the game at any time, and can't blame them for that one.
Yeah, I don't know why they banned Necrolite, actually. From Menopauses. You have
just that Morphling tends to like to walk around on full agility if he goes for the shotgun. I'm not saying he will necessarily, but it can really put a pain in him if Necro can kill him with a Death Pulse and a Scythe, even if Necro goes down in the process.
Yeah, that's
That'd be a sniper from ehug. Lots of physical damage on their team. In fact, a ton of physical damage when you add in Vengeful Spirit's aura. And a lot of lockdown. I mean, I'm liking it so far. I'm just not exactly seeing the combos come out. But, I mean, every lineup does not have to be that wombo combo like Ravage into Chronosphere, into Black Hole, into Echo Slab, into Darkseer Vacuum. Oh, wait, we don't have a carry. Who cares? They're all dead. You know?
Yeah, I mean, the only combo that I can pull off was the combo that I told you, you know, into, like, Vengeful Spirit just blinking in the middle of the enemy territory, just, you know, long-range swapping into a lasso and just bringing the guy from one end of the map to the other, pretty much. But outside of that, it's just, like, quirky, nice little synergies.
Yeah.
Soul Catcher to Assassination, Magic Missile into a Pounce. I mean,
Magic Missile into Pounce, into Soul Catcher, into an Assassination, into Batrider Lasso. Oh wait, he's already dead.
Yeah,
you know? It's a very ganky lineup. Yeah, but Zeus can kind of work around that. He's going to get rid of the wards for Team ehug for one thing.
Also, something worth noting, like on the early levels, the ehug lineup is really, really squishy.
Yeah,
like,
and Ancient Apparition plus Zeus, a very, very well done.
Yeah, that's like a global kind of strat, you know. The only thing that you were missing was like an Invoker or, God forbid, a Clockwork on top of that. That would be just one of those old fanatic, pretty much lineups that you used to have. You know, Clockwork, Invoker, Ancient Apparition, Zeus, and am I missing someone? Oh, and the Morphling, of course.
Yeah.
Or a Storm Spirit, but pretty much those were kind of the fanatic kind of style combos with full global
there we go.
Just bombardment. But yeah, they're gonna try to. I mean, Zeus should have a field day on this versus this particular lineup if they're able to play their cards correctly. Just because the burst damage is, there is no particular BKB hero or pipe hero in the side of ehug. I mean, BKB eventually the Slark, but you kind of want to get your Scotty first, or at least you know, drums and phase boots and all that stuff.
Sniper can build it, but he doesn't really want to, because if he's forced to build BKB, he's gonna have to be in the fights. But
yeah, exactly. So you want to do it later again. It's the same problem as the Slark. Vengeful, of course, as a support. Good luck with that. And also, I mean, even if you could, she's gonna try to build something like maybe an urn and maybe, I don't know, Blink Dagger or something like that.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get into the lineup structure before we do way too much analysis. On the side of ehug or Victor's last game, we've got Sna on the Shadow Demon, actually Legion Commander, running after him.
No,
Gonna give up the chase. She's instead gonna unknowingly chase out Lust for a moment here on the Vengeful Spirit. We've got an SN7 on the safe lane Slark Shark disguise set there. Sniper will be played by Infinity on the mid lane, skilling up Headshot early on. And you have MJW on the Batrider in the bot lane.
Alright, for the side of Mana Apostles, we got on the Ancient Operation, JJ the Jet. Scapegoat on the Morphling in the bottom lane. On the middle lane, we're going to have a duel with the Sleeping Joey and Lokarn with the Sail, surprisingly. And Moo is going to be on the off lane Legion Commander. So they're actually switching the roles up here a little bit. I was expecting actually Moo picking up the Zeus, but I think Lokarn is a little bit more adept to it, or has like better experience with the hero, I would say. So he's not gonna do it. Instead, it's gonna be Moo, which is gonna have a little bit of a hard time farming, but experience-wise, he should be rather okay. Even though there is a Shadow Demon into a Vengeful Spirit, which is a rather dangerous tri-lane, and actually MJW gonna get the first blood on JJ the Jet.
And no matter where I'm looking, first blood is gonna happen on the opposite side of the map. If first blood's about to happen on that side of the map, it'll suddenly pop up on the other side. I'm convinced
Welcome
now,
to
Ruptur.
the Toby 1 world, man. Well, Toby 1 last year, at least.
Yeah. Am I becoming Toby? Is the dream real? You know, there was a jump on the Legion Commander upside. Yeah, that would be very encouraging, but yeah, he's going to get healed up right now by the sound from Ancient Apparition. I like the way they're kind of dual laning-ish this. Sleeping Joey was hovering around Zeus mid, and looks like he's going to head right back that way. They want to shut down Sniper very early, and since he is so squishy, he didn't bring too much regen to lane. Throwing out Arcane Bolts over and over is going to do a lot. Now, there is a sentry here from Moo. And Sna, I'm not 100% sure he knows it, but they actually put this observer up so that they can keep their Slark protected while they pull. Because otherwise that section of the map over here goes dark while Slark is fighting creeps up here. The enemy team has so much potential over this whole area. I know, beautiful art.
Didn't you?
Yeah, just a little.
But yeah, that's actually a really good point that I haven't thought about, like at all. You know, like, okay, you want to keep him safe while you're pulling. I mean, if you're aware that you're gonna pull a lot, especially because you're facing a Legion Commander, is like, okay, just drop one. I usually drop it a little bit lower, like as you saw that failure ward that I dropped on the cliff.
Yeah, Ruptur placed one over here that saw, it got good vision of those two birds on the cliff. I'm not sure if you can see them right now. Yeah, you can now. Those two. Yeah. But it got nothing else, and we just kind of laughed about that one.
It's flickered a little bit much. I was supposed to plant it like here.
Yeah.
But I fell short.
It's an old Han ward, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, it is one of the oldies.
Yeah.
I just keep using it. I mean, I kind of forgot about it for a while, but then I was like, you know what, that's a pretty good ward. And still, I mean, if you're gonna pull it, is a really good ward, but at the same time, I mean, it kind of doesn't show anything that's going on with the secret shop, so maybe you could put it like on this torch that is around here on the top lane.
Yeah.
Like here. And I feel it will be a little bit more effective just because you get extra vision. But yeah,
they did do some good mind games though, because Menopauses did put that sentry down, and they were looking to de-ward, and they weren't able to. So, meanwhile, their other ward is down here in the jungle, blocking off the pull-through camp. Moo gonna be jungling a little bit here, a little forced out of the off lane.
Radiant's top tower is under
Maybe he feels like he's getting more out of it
assets.
on jungle. Just simply put. And now that they know that the Legion has no intent to actually go into that lane, they're gonna just start doing the push.
Can I just ask why Menopause has changed their logo? It was so good.
I don't know. Maybe they got tired of it. That's a good question. You should ask him on the lobby. Well, or not on the lobby, but afterwards.
Yeah. It was game is paused. Of course, Menopause is being the sworn enemy of the PMS all-female team from China.
Yeah, they're direct competitors. They're taking all over their market.
Yep. Lokarn, though, with a double damage wound, he's sitting at 21 last hit, Sniper sitting at 25. Zeus actually keeping up pretty well in this lane, mainly due to the Skywrath Mage rotating in pretty much constantly.
Speaking of which, Sleeping Joey.
Yeah.
Setting up.
He's gonna smoke around, he'll slow down Infinity. Silence comes out instantly. Oh dear.
Nice disruption though.
Nice TPM from Sna. Zeus without the ulti won't be able to finish it off, and actually, they're gonna take him down with a Soul Catcher. That's a 350 damage assassinate from Sniper, and here's the problem. Zeus, I mean, sure, he's level 5, that's real great and all, buddy, but guess what? Infinity's level 6, and your Skywrath hasn't helped you get your level 6. He's actually stopped you from doing that, and now he's taking XP that you should get. And you wouldn't have died there, probably, if you'd been able to kill Sniper, or you would at least have brought him down with you. I'm trying to turn the team against each other.
He wouldn't have died because, I mean, the Shadow Demon would have gotten all the setup, but no damage per se. Shadow Demon doesn't deal that much damage.
Yep.
Yes, the Soul Catcher would be nice, but unless the tower was hitting the Zeus, there was no chance that he would have died. But I told you, that's a little quick, nice synergy that they have, you know, Soul Catcher into Assassinate. Boom, dead. I mean, he was rather low for that combo, even though maybe if he was even full health, it wouldn't have mattered. Well, let's see, it is 355, let's say this 320. Almost kills him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a level 1 Soul Catcher, so never mind. I mean, if he was like on half health, he was already dead with the Assassinate, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems of Zeus being so squishy, and I'm honestly a little surprised he went for the Soul Ring.
Well, I mean, the region is quite nice on both fronts. You do need both of them. And I mean, as a mid laner, it's kind of like you're not supposed to get that much aggression onto you.
Yeah.
Especially if you're able to keep your range, and on top of that, you have a bottle and still some unused tangos. So I mean, why not? But yeah, I mean, the lack of level 6 really hurt him. It really did. And now it's not.
Now he's got it though.
Yeah. I feel Moo is a little bit. He's losing a little bit too much time, I would say. You know, rotating between the jungle and top lane.
Yeah, he's only got 12 last hits.
That he has. I mean, if he had like more moment of courage levels, okay, you're able to just pretty much solo jungle.
But then it's very obvious where you are, and they're going to just push down your tower very quickly. And that can be a very big problem with having an AFK jungler. Honestly, in pubs, unless it's Lifestealer, I basically am like, no, we don't want a jungler, we do not want a jungler, please do not jungle, we're not going to have any presence, because it makes all your lanes weaker by a player. I mean, of course, if that person's going to feed anyway.
They saw Sna coming into their jungle with that sentry, but they don't know. Now they see the block and they know that that's Sna. So are they gonna prep up this with another sentry? No.
I mean, it could be lag.
Yeah, no, I don't think so, because they saw him again.
There was one game, I want to say 2 years ago or so. Oh, what was it? I want to say it was actually Gosu Gamers tournament, And I want to say Toby was casting it. I'm not 100% sure about that. It was one of the very first tournaments actually able to watch it in the client. And I may be wrong about this still, keep in mind. But there was like a Shadow Fiend who was being blocked by someone a couple times in the invis room.
Exactly what you were talking about.
And it was like, lag? Is there lag? In all chat. And the casters were just laughing because there was no way it was lag. It was clearly the invis guy, but he didn't know it. And every time that kind of thing happens, I think that eventually that's going to happen again.
Yeah, no, actually, the one that I recall really vividly because I saw it like a couple months ago was the one with Pilat was actually casting with Poppy doing block with the wolves, blocking a Shadow Fiend.
Yeah.
A top rune there. That he was just losing his shit, by the way. It was around here, I want to say. Yeah, there. So pretty much he blocked him there with the wolves and pretty much ensured a kill. Back then, I mean, Poppy on a Lycan, man. Now you wouldn't even see that on a not even on the Dota Cinema draft style.
You could.
I mean, yes, but I mean the role that he has is like nah. Now
I'm always wondering what's going to happen when they have no supports. Yeah, Legion getting a bottle is kind of interesting, but Sna will get jumped on. He was sitting solo bot here, but now they will jump on Joey, it looks like, and actually Firefly him up, and he almost goes down to just the Firefly. Batrider had to blink him for another right click. But I mean, MJW sitting on a blink tagger already, 2-0-1. And yeah, the bottle is just to help Legion farm, honestly.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, man, he's just like jumping, he's just bouncing. Exactly. That's pretty much what Rizenga's saying. Is like, why the hell are you roaming so much? It's like either you stick to the lane or you just try to jungle. But if you're trying to do both at the same time, your timings are going to be so bad that I don't think it's going to worth it. Honestly.
Yeah, they really need Legion to snowball, and the fact that she's not level 6, almost 12 minutes in.
It has no gold, by the way.
Yeah, like no gold.
Gold in a bottle. That's it.
She's sitting about 700 ahead of supports. Batrider is sitting at basically double her net worth.
Yeah, by the way, Batrider taking a huge stack on the Radiant jungle there. And I mean, Morphling just managed to catch a glimpse out of that, but no experience. So that's going to even set her even further behind.
Especially when both her and Morphling are pretty good at farming stacks. I mean, normally you don't consider Morphling to be like the best stack farmer in the game, but Waveform does a surprising amount of damage. It's 325, and he'd be able to farm that hard camp pretty quick. Medium camp, not so much. Meanwhile, Batrider going to be taking JJ the Jet for a ride there. Slark leaps in, but a nice purge off from Legion will actually save him from the lasso. And Sleeping Joey going to come through. He'll silence up the Batrider, who is getting away. Still taking some damage, though, and Moo gonna look for him. He does have the ult available, but SN7, he goes invis under the tower. He wants JJ, not gonna be able to find him, and he'll actually blink away up here, since he has got his blink dagger already. So Blink Gaming coming out for ehug. Two of them already. Infinity actually with a drum and phase on Sniper. Not a build we see very often, but I'm gonna go ahead and say I actually like this a lot.
For early game, it's pretty good. Especially with Aquila, because you pretty much have all the stats that you really need, and you can just fully focus on pure sheer damage. Now Lokern getting assassinated pretty much, thanks to that haze rune on SN7.
That was a really nice gank from them. ehug is, in the group stage, I did not think they looked good, honestly, but they managed to pull out to the top of their group, and now they're really coming together as a team this week. Maybe it was just a bad week the other week, but
yeah, they're just. I think that they're just feeling it. That they're already more aware of what style works for them.
Yeah.
Even though it includes like wonky drafts a little bit, but I mean,
hey, if it works, it works.
Because of it. Nice deny on the tier 1, by the way, for the Skyrat. So that was really good for him. He just pretty much ruined all the work that that Sniper was doing on the middle lane. Outside of course, the assassinate, but, I mean, pretty good job from Joey.
Tranquil's up for Sna here, who is really playing excellently this game. I mean, he's only 0-1-1, but He's been finding little pockets of farm all over the map, it feels like, and he'll be going for an urn now.
The urn of real money?
Yeah, he's gonna earn real charges there. And Slark actually has a Glove of Haste.
Maelstrom?
I hope so, because otherwise it's Midas.
Well, he did saw a Midas on the Morphling.
I know. But
It's
still,
not an awful timing either. I mean,
it's 14 minutes. It's pretty bad. MJW getting
on top of
taken
a
down by the
Blink Dagger? I
Skywrath
don't know,
now.
man. I mean, on top of a Blink Dagger, I'm not sure about. Oh, Infinity just going wild there.
I mean, if the other team's got one, I guess you can afford to be greedy, but you can also just close the game out quickly by not going for one. So,
Well, they do
Yeah.
have the better late game on the side of ehug. Slightly, but they do. I think. Yeah, I think they do. Just because of the Vengeful Spirit. However, the Legion Commander could become a little bit of a trouble, but at the same time you have a bad rider to deal with that, so...
and you have a Legion who hasn't won a single duel yet. And it's 15 minutes
Still no
into the
blame.
game. I mean, we're 25% of the game done at this point, if you really look at it. And Legion's got no real items. A bottle, a boot, and a magic wand.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is
I don't see where their presence comes from right now. Sure, they can farm up and get pretty farmed, indeed.
Well,
But at that
that's-
point, have they lost all their towers already? That's the question here, and that's where Menopause's strategy, for me, falls apart pretty significantly.
I feel like I kind of have to call into question. I mean, the map rotation, the map movement of move in general.
Yeah.
Because if you're going for the overwhelming odds maxed out first, why do you even go to the jungle? I mean, I understand the first time because it was like maybe I'm losing the lane too hard, so I just gotta make something out of it.
Slark gonna find
But
a
then
double
he
damage
went
room up
back,
here.
forth, back and forth, and then I mean it just is not cutting it. I mean he lost a lot of time and I lost a lot of momentum out of that.
Oh no, they don't... Oh, they did realize it's an illusion, but it's a morph replicate illusion, so they thought he could jump on them with it. They were using it to scout out, and they're not going to give them much information other than, hey, guess what, we're here.
They're not gonna give him the chance at least.
Yeah.
Morphin going for a Lincolns, which I feel is a rather smart idea, especially versus a bad rider. And actually, they're gonna go for the jump onto ehug.
Yep, Snog gets the disruption off of Morphling, but gets dueled in the process, and now hit with that Skywrath ulti. And did some serious damage to him. It looks like the rest of them are just gonna say, hey, we're getting out of here. We lost one, but we're not losing the rest. Meanwhile, though, gonna go on Slark. Slark has to pop his ulti to get away from here. He did win a duel, though. 16 minutes in for the first duel win, but you can still snowball at this point. It's not way too late.
He hasn't died.
And they actually will jump on Zeus, or excuse me, Morphling here. I don't know why I thought that was Zeus. They're both kind of blue.
That's a weird looking Zeus if I ever saw one.
Yeah, Zeus is dripping wet here for some reason.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that-
Getting... Oh my god.
It is a Maelstrom Slark. Okay. It's an attack speed build. I'm kind of surprised he's not maxing Essence Shift, but...
I think he's valuing the other skills before that.
Yeah, the extra damage that he's going to get out of it.
The cooldowns and the extra damage just to keep him, just to play the hero to the fullest extent that he can.
And again, ehug has a decent amount of burst damage. They're not really looking at dragging these fights out, because the longer they do, the more they're going to lose. I'd say, anyway.
Yeah, kinda. I mean, they do want to take the most, they do want to make the most out of the Ice Blast, for example. So, I mean, if you're able to burst people down, that would be the better. Especially, I mean, the Zeus has a lot of staying power, however, with the static field. So, if the fight drags on, technically Zeus can dish a ridiculous amount of damage. I remember that from the Honda. Actually, they're going to jump him. And Jesus Christ, that's not nice.
They throw out the AA ulti, but Infinity already with another kill in the fight, and they take down Zeus and Skywrath.
There is a blink on the Legion Commander, which
Finally.
I mean, it's an 18-minute Legion blink. I think 18 minutes. Yes.
It's fair to say though that
Radiant's bottom tower
Well, Legion definitely got shut down in this off lane.
And it wasn't not that ehug actively shut her down. I mean, yes, they posted a really off.
Lasso coming out. Sna will find the ult on Zamu. He'll purge it off, it looks like. Or he purges off the sticky napalm, I think. But not much else. They're not actually going to follow this up. Sna, though, they're trying to find him with the AA ulti. They won't be able to do so. They will hit MJW, though. There's a duel, though, as Sna does get dueled down by Mu there. And gets dismissed as well, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean... Yes, first of all, he did shut down, purged off the Soul Catcher, which I feel was the biggest spell from all that combination. But also, I mean, going back a little bit in the situation, it's like, I mean, ehug actively has not shut her down. It was more about Mu shutting himself down. Now that the map is a little bit more open for them to some degree, even though they don't have any towers, but at least they're like, you know, ehug are pulling back a little bit, you know, not being so in his face like in a laning space, on the laning phase. Sorry, he might be able to recover from this, you know, but he needs to be way more efficient with his movements. In the meantime, Ancient Apparition gonna drop to this Lark in the bottom lane, and they're gonna.
There we go.
What's the tower? No, they already had the tower down, so
yeah,
never mind.
Next targets for ehug are these mid and top tower tier 2s. Possibly a Roche in there somewhere. I wouldn't be too surprised to see it on Sniper or Slark. I feel like ehug are executing their plan very nicely, though. There's a lot of snowball on Men of Pauses between Zeus, Legion, and you could even consider Morphling a bit of a snowball hero.
Yeah, definitely.
Morphling can catch up, though, whereas Zeus and Legion, it's a lot harder. And if Morphling keeps getting picked off, it's not going to be so easy for him to catch up, as Venture Spirit helps bring him down. There's a duel on Mu, though. And SN7 getting bursted down. He'll actually get away from this, though. And the AA ulti, it didn't connect. Do they have a Zeus ult? They have one up in 80 seconds. It's not going to be enough to bring down Mu. Or SN7, excuse me. And he'll go back in, actually. With the ulti up, he's able to find some damage. He's looking for Zeus. He'll actually get him. He'll get silenced up in the process, but I don't think he's too concerned right now because he just found another kill after almost dying. Meanwhile, on the top lane, though, Sniper and Sna here to protect him. They're just split pushing. This is basically a 3v5 fight. And ehug comes out on top pretty easily.
Yeah. It's just the Slark is just ridiculous with that passive, man.
It's a really good passive.
Yeah, the ultimate passive. The Shadow Dance passive is just ridiculous.
Oh, I was talking about Essence Shift anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, outside of that, I mean, the Shadow Dance passive is just ridiculous. Like 5% per 5% of hit points per second regenerated.
And that's only level 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it means like you need to be 20. You just need to be 20 seconds outside of the fight to recover 100% of your hit points. Which would be odd because you would be dead, but you know, pretty much you need to stay like 15 seconds and you will be from 300 hit points to full health. In general. And I mean, after once with the level 16 ultimate, it's like 10 seconds. Tops. And you're back into it. On top of the Essence Shift, on top of the free purge from the Dire Pact. It's a really hard hero to deal with in general. It's just plain simple.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
Yeah. Slark with the Aegis up now. And they're going to be moving in toward the mid lane a bit, it looks like. Taking a look at net worth, though. Morphling sitting behind the Batrider. Not where you want to be, especially if Batrider's working up a BKB and you're still not quite done with your Lincolns. The Midas here, I mean, sure, it's ensures some farm for him, but my question is, if he'd gotten these items earlier, would he have been able to stay alive a bit more? He's 0-3 right now.
I feel like, again, I feel like the biggest argument for Midas, at least on this patch, is not the gold, but mostly the experience.
I feel like the biggest argument against it, though, is that while it increases your net worth, and that's actually a bad thing at the moment, it's actually going to decrease your...
Oh, I love this. I love
potential to take fights, you know? Yeah, Slark picking up the Lincolns, and duel won't work. Zeus Lightning Bolt will break it, but won't do much. And actually, nice kill on Lust there. However, they will find the Legion Commander in the end there. Infinity with a long-range snipe. He's actually going on JJ, who will go down with one more hit from MJW, who is now dominating. And now they'll try to breach the base. SN7 blinking on in. He's gonna leap and try to take down Sleeping Joey. Headshot from Sniper, or Assassinate rather. We'll find it. He's gonna use Shrapnel just for vision. He's diving the base here. Infinity will dive infinitely, it looks like.
Well, as long as he doesn't even have the Aegis. So man, this is a ballsy sniper if I ever saw one.
I mean, he's got a Sanj and Yasha. That's a lot of movement speed. He's got phase boots, a blink, and a drum. He actually has insane amounts of movement speed right now. Now, there will be an ult out from him, but he's already TP'd out. And they're going to hit Slark, but that won't do too much. There was a waveform out from the Morphling up top while he was just split pushing. They did take the tower, but couldn't do any damage to the racks at the moment.
Yeah. But again, they do have a slighter better late game, I feel, on the side of ehug. Just a bit, though, but they're snowballing harder. So
yeah,
they're pretty much, they're able to stretch this game however they want to, and oh my god, JJ just melted, man.
Yeah, it's summertime for Ancient Apparition now, and that is not his time to shine. In fact, JJ is sitting on a Staff of Wizardry, Brown Boots, 2 Sentries, and a TP. So basically nothing.
I would have preferred an Ogre Club instead of the staff, to be honest, but I mean...
You know what I bet this was? I bet this was one of those, oh my god, I'm about to die, let's quick buy something. Because it does quick buy the Staff of Wizardry before anything else.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If you're going for Ags, yeah. It's very annoying because that's oftentimes the last thing you'll pick up. Because if you're on an
would be the Blade, actually.
If you're on an Agi hero, I sometimes pick up the Blade.
I mean, I'm talking about Ancient Apparition. It's like,
well,
in general, most of the heroes that you're gonna use an Aghanim's usually are or strength based or intelligence based. So either one of them, the Blade is just like, I really don't want this, unless it's like someone like a silencer maybe because of the extra attack speed. But that's pretty much about it. I mean, to be honest, and there we go, more Lincoln Gaming and a pipe. On the Vengeful. Oh my god.
I mean, that's the difference in the gold here, though. Like, Avenge is sitting on a Basilius and a pipe. We've got Skywrath sitting on an urn and boots. And the middle tower going down. They're just ratting it out at this point. And that's all they really have to do to secure this win. They don't need to take big fights. They can just confine them to the base and say, hey, you can't farm. We can push. We're waiting on you to call GG. How much longer you want to do this?
Yeah, it's not, and this is where Sniper really shines through.
Oh, and a blink him from bat. He grabs the Legion Commander. He does BKB up as well. Moo's gonna purge it, but he'll take a lot of damage in the process. Zeus does get killed. He gets an ult off beforehand, but it hasn't done anything to ehug thanks to the pipe coming out from Venge just in time. This is when they were ready to break the base. They will at least disengage here and force out 2 buybacks. They may lose the Batrider in the process. They're going to try to take down Scapegoat. SN7 coming in. Infinity now taking down the Skywrath. JJ under fire. Can they get one more right click? They will. Double kill for Infinity. He's now godlike. Mega kill on SN7. And ehug just giving the base a giant ehug. So much of a hug that they're forced to call GG.
And look at that. Even Scapegoat getting right click down, but I mean, manages to get at least a quick trade on this sniper, but well, pretty concise and solid game coming from ehug.
Yeah,
that's all I need to say. An MVP for this, it has to be Sna.
Yeah, Sna was really playing well.
Even before this, on the group stages, on the pretty much on the group stages, Sna always stood out. They didn't have the best coordination.
But Ruptur, he's 1, 3, and 7. He's obviously bad. No. It's not in the scoreboard stats here. It's in what I would call, like, kills, deaths, assists, and then plays. Because he made probably 50 plays in that match. That's a really bad
I mean, look at the stats of him in the previous game. He was totally destroying people left, right, and center with that clanks. Even considering that he started as like a position 4 clinks, by the way.
Yeah.
Which is one of the most awkward things I have seen in a
It's
while.
pub strats, basically.
Outside of pubs. But I mean, in general, I mean, even for the group stages, even the matches they lost, Snad looked rather good, to be honest. And now it seems like the rest of the team are coming together. You know, SN7 seems to be more often to begin with, so they haven't been playing with standings anymore.
Yeah.
Infinity just coming into shape a little bit, with just sharper, more sort of aware, I would say. Lost, you know, doing pretty good overall in general, as he has usually done. And MJW just being way more mindful of his plays, because MJW on the group stages, he looked quite bamboish, if you allow me to say. You know, pretty reckless, even reckless, or sometimes just flat out shut down with no response or no consequences for it. And now they seem to be more on a level-headed mind, and more self-aware in general. They seem to know what they're doing well and what they were doing bad before, and they're kind of just working on that. And Menopause was pretty much a byproduct of that effort for me, to be honest.
Yep.
And they were playing pretty well. I mean, Menopause have been on the rise, but ehug ehug on a good day is a really tough team to deal with in general.
Yeah, they definitely played well. We'll be seeing Menopause's Monday night up against Leviathan. Of course, I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Rupture for this cast. This is the Battle of America. We're going to be calling it a night now, guys. But I'll be playing some, I think, Binding of Isaac tonight over on my Twitch channel at SP Revolution 5. It's going to be a good time if you want to come hang out. Would love to see you guys. And we appreciate all the support from you guys. Hope you guys have a great night, and we'll see you next time.